Hello, my dear students. Today we will study the chapter Resource and Development. Here, first of all, we would like to understand that what are the resources. Everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable can be termed as a resource. It means that whatever you are using that is making your work easy is resource. It can be the fan in your room, your mobile, your bicycle, or other things. Everything is resource. So, so, and another thing which has been given here: technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally accessible, acceptable. It means that we should have enough technology to get that. We should have we should be able to invest on that, and our culture should also accept that. Now, independent relationship between nature, technology, and institutions. We know that it is human resource which makes everything valuable, which makes everything important. So here, human beings interact with nature through technology and create institutions to accelerate their economic development. So human being makes technology, and by that technology they change everything in the resource. Before using all those things what we have, before using the chair on you are sitting, it was a tree only, but by the use of human resource it has been changed and it has become resource. Now the classification of the resource. A resource has been classified in two main parts, that is natural and human. In natural, there are two types of renewable and non-renewable resources, and human in structure and institution, quantity and quality. Renewable resources. Renewable resources, continuous or flow, wind, water, etc. Biological, natural vegetation, forest, wildlife, non-renewable, recyclable, and non-recyclable. So here we will study. Here there are two type of resources: biotic resources and abiotic resources. My dear student, in this picture you can see that the both two type of resources, biotic and abiotic. Plants, protists, animals, fungus, bacteria, what are the biotic resources, and water, soil, air, minerals, lights, these are abiotic resources. So on the basis of origin, resource has been divided into two. All the living things, all the things that have life are the biotic resources, and all the things which do not have life is non-biotic, abiotic resources. Environment, here in this picture you can clearly visualize that one side, left side, you can find biotic resources, and at the right side abiotic resources. The trees, the plants which you can see are the biotic resources, and the water, the land are abiotic resources. Now on the basis of adjustability, resource can be divided into two parts: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources mean those resources who could be renewed. Renewable resources are renewable or replenishable resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, or mechanical process. Easy example: Gracia, solar and wind energy, water, forest, and wildlife. As you know, solar energy could be renewed, water energy, water, forest energy, and wildlife. These are the renewable resources, and then non-renewable resources. Oh, those resources which could not be renewed by human interference, as like coal, petroleum, and so on. Here you can see renewable resources as like wind energy, water energy, solar energy, and so many. But now, on the basis of ownership, resource is divided on the basis of ownership. The first is individual, second community owned, then national, and then international. Individual resources are resources that are owned privately by individuals, as like your own house, your own factory, your school. These are the private owned school. Land owned by farmers, allotted by the government against the payment of revenue. Plantation, pasture land, owns water in wells owned by individual. It means that particular that resource which belongs to a particular person is called individual resource. Now community resources. Community resources are those resources which belongs to the community, which is not of a particular person. As like in a village you can find out some ponds, some grazing grounds, some wastelands also there. And in city area you can find out parks. In parks there is no right of any individual person, everybody go there and they enjoy play, sports ground, playground. National resources, all the resources that belong to a nation, as like roads, canals, railways. These resources are national resources. Mineral, water resource, forest, wildlife, land within political boundary, territorial water, and resources within. Territorial water means 12 nautical miles. India have right on the sea that 12 nautical miles from the boundary from the coastline of the India to the 12 nautical mile, or you can say 19.2 kilometer. India have right, and apart from that we don't have right on that land, on that water area in the ocean. The country has legal powers to acquire even private property for public good. Urban development authorities get empowered by the government to acquire land. International resources. International resources are those resources which are not of a particular country. These resources belong to international bodies. They are regulated by certain international institutions. These include the ocean resources beyond 200 km of exclusive economic zone, which belong to open ocean, and no individual country can utilize these without the concurrence of international institution. It means that all those resources which belongs to the international bodies is called international resources. Here are some example. And then on the basis of development, resources has been divided on the basis of development also. Now potential resources are resources found a region which have not been utilized. It means that we have know how to utilize that resources. We know that where it is found, but right now we are not using. As like wind energy, solar energy, we know that in Rajasthan area there is a lot of solar energy, but right now we do not have adequate facility. That's why we are not using that. Mm, Second, developed resource. Developed resources are resources that have been surveyed and determined for utilization both qualitatively and quantitatively. Quantitatively, the development of resources depends on technology and level of their feasibility. Means if there are the resources and we should have capacity, we should have knowledge to utilize that. So in this section we know how to use. We have adequate technology and they are being used. Now stocks are those resources we can we can satisfy human need. They have capability to satisfy human need, but actually we do not have that adequate technology. For that purpose we need technology, and then if we have technology we can use that. As like the example has been given in your book that in water there are H2O. So from there we can find a lot of oxygen and hydrogen also reserves. Reserves are the resources which have been found, and we have know-how technology also, and we can they have capability to meet our future requirements, but right now they are not being used. As like here, hydroelectricity power can be generated from the water. And now, problems created by indiscriminate use of resources by man. Actually, what happened? Actually, human have a lot of greed in this section, so we are using discriminately the whole resources, and that's why they are being exploited, they are being exhausted day by day. Many resources got depleted, as like forest. You can see, you can find out that there were a lot of forests, but right now not so much. Resources got accumulated in the hands of few people, and this is the main reason of disparity of economic problem here. Since so many people do not have resources and few people have all the resources, that's why few people are getting richer, and few people are getting, and rest people are getting poorer. And due to that, due to over exploitation, other another problems are also arising, as like global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental degradation. These are other problems. Now, sustainable development, if there is a problem, if though, then we need some result also, some solutions also. So sustainable development is the solution for the resources, so that our next future, our generations can also utilize these resources. The economic development which does not damage the environment at the same time takes care of the need of the future generation is called sustainable development. It means that using resources right now, but thinking for future also, thinking for our next generation also. This is called sustainable development. Here, we have to make policies so that the resources, the things, the whatever is present in our environment could be sustained for our future also. Importance of resource planning. Resource planning is very important, because if there not be any resource planning, then what will happen? Then we cannot